Y'all, we got some sad news to report. A mother, I can't believe this. A mother have done the unthinkable to her two babies, y'all. I'm not lying. Look at here. A mother charged after two daughters found dead, buried in a suit. What in the world is going on? Well, we living in times like this, baby. When I tell you we are living in the last days. We are living in the last days, honey. I got this more report because I want to know what is going on. What caused her to unalive her baby? These mothers out here are not mothers anymore. They don't have no father. They just laying down with anybody. These girls are going out sad and they don't care about no kids, okay? So let's look here and let's see what the report are saying. I want y'all to make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Let's get the likes up. Listen here, y'all.
And good morning. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We want to update you on a story that has really gripped Cleveland and really Northeast Ohio because this case continues to unfold. And so we want to make sure we've given you the most updated information. We've just gotten a press release from the city of Cleveland to sort of update this. So we're going to try and walk you through this case because it is so convoluted. It starts Monday evening, and we want to show you video from when this occurred. This is on the east side of Cleveland, really near the Ginn Academy. And at this point, it was called in as a man who was walking his dog, and his dog smelled something, for the lack of a better term, hit on something, and the man investigated, and it appeared to be a suitcase that was partially buried or buried in a shallow, what police called a shallow grave. Immediately they began searching that area. They do find that first suitcase, and there was a child's body in there. They start searching the rest of the area. You can kind of see it's a wooded area. As they begin to search that that area, they find a second suitcase that is also partially buried or in a shallow grave and also contains the body of a young child. And so that's where the case evolved as far as Monday night into Tuesday. A little bit of information came out Tuesday that it appears that the DNA from testing the DNA from the two children, that they appeared to be at least half sisters. And that really started the investigation. And from what the Cleveland police say in this press release, that the homicide unit launched in an intensive investigation working to develop leads through area canvassing, witness interviews, and the review of available surveillance footage. Despite limited initial evidence, detectives worked quickly and methodically to advance the investigation. That goes through the course of a day or two, and I want to show you exactly where we are talking.
How could you? How could you? Two suitcase and a man going around discovering this. She wanted to get away with this, y'all. She is not crazy like they try to play it off. This is sick. Everybody need to know about this. And y'all need to be alert on these mothers. These mothers are killers of their own kids. Step kids, half kids, something up. Something is up. I want to know the full story. And where is the father at? I'm not. Something is up. Come on.
Walking in the city of Cleveland on the east side, just so that if you're familiar with the area, that you might be able to just see where we're talking. You can see I-90 on the east side, and we are focusing in on where that red bullet point is. It is the intersection of Midland Avenue and East 162nd. You can see it's just a half a block away from Ginn Academy, and it's really this wooded area that you see on the back of this, what they call Saranac Playground. You see the trees before those what look like semi-trailers. That's the area that these 2 suitcases and the 2 young girls' bodies were found. Let's fast forward to yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, police are back out at that scene after really opening that area up. And I want to make sure we've got the right video here. They go back out to the area to search a home that they develop information on, and they get a search warrant for a house in this area. You can see more of those trailer boxes in the back there. And they start to do more investigating. They go back to a home in the 700 block of East 162nd Street. And according to the police, within less than 48 hours, detectives detained a person of interest and recovered substantial evidence related to the case while they are searching that home on East 162nd. They also find a child inside that home who they say appeared to be in good health. Now, from that, we do know that according to police in their release, that one person was taken into custody. A 28-year-old female was arrested, and she is expected to be charged later today. That's where we want to sort of stop with the information given us today from police. What we also know through working this story is that, police have yet to put a name to the 28-year-old arrested. They at least don't put that name in this press release. But what we know is that a 28...
I got the name. Let me pull this up. Okay, so look at here. Cleveland David, 28-year-old Aliyah Henderson. That's her name if you see it right here. Aliyah Henderson.
8-year-old woman was arrested yesterday evening, and she was arrested on charges of murder and child endangering. That was the arrest charges and why she was arrested. Now, you at home may want to put 2 and 2 together. We can't do that as of yet. All we can do is give you the details of the 2 bodies that were found, the home that was searched, and that a 28-year-old was arrested in that home. We can also tell you that we know in the city of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County from the Sheriff's Department that this woman was arrested yesterday, Aliyah Henderson. She is 28 years old and arrested and expecting charges for murder and child endangering. We are trying to tread lightly here. We are just giving you what we know, that this woman here has been arrested, Aliyah Henderson, and she has been arrested and is expected to be charged for murder and child endangering. But that's kind of where we have to stop. And again, you at home may be wanting to put 2 and 2 together, but we are just sort of pumping the brakes just a little bit. Now, we do know that according to the press release, when we start talking about that house on East 162nd, police are telling us that that is a 28-year-old woman and that she is expected to be charged later today. Now, will we be able to finally connect the dots later today? Very possible. Are we about to get a second 28-year-old woman that is being charged in connection to this case? We will just have to wait and see. More than likely not. But we are just proceeding with caution here, giving you the basics, giving you what we have been told by investigators, because this case is so serious and because so many people are wondering, how does this happen? How does a girl that they believe was 8.5 years old, how does a girl that was 14 years old end up in a suitcase and end up partially buried or buried in a shallow grave very near a school on the east side. So that's where we are at. I do want to read a quote given to us today from Police Chief Dorothy Todd. She says in the press release, there were 2 young lives with their entire futures ahead of them. Our detectives worked tirelessly and with great care to identify those responsible. She goes on to say, investigations of this nature require patience, precision, and discretion. Unlike what is often portrayed on television, every detail cannot be shared publicly. Certain information must remain confidential to protect the integrity and of the investigation and ensure justice for these victims. Chief Todd goes on to say that careful and methodical work allowed our detectives to develop evidence needed to make quick identification of a person of interest, ultimately resulting in an arrest. So that's where we stand. Because we are in between news times, newscasts on Channel 19, wanted to make sure we got you the very latest now that the police have put out a new press release. Really the newest piece of information we got in the last 20 minutes is that when they searched that home on East 162nd, a third person or another child was found in that home, and that child appeared to be healthy. That child has now been placed in the custody of Children and Family Services. So we're going to wait as more information unfolds. Look for push alerts. Look for our 11 o'clock news on Cleveland 43, our new news on Channel 19, and then, of course, 3.5